how to stay efficient and productive while building your real estate portfolio with a full-time job. So that's the topic for today's episode. And without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions from the viewers and even some of my friends. They keep asking me, well, you work a full-time job, 40 plus hours a week. How did you actually manage to get things done while you're so busy at the same time? Like, how do you find the energy to make things happen? And it's fairly easy. You actually have more time than you think. It's all a matter of how you actually manage all of that efficiently. So everything I did happened one way or the other simultaneously. And so I leveraged a lot of the technology plans that were actually available out there. So basically it all came down to three helpers: technology, Amazon, and Freshly. And I'm going to tell you how I actually managed to use all of them. So it's no surprise that technology had made our lives a lot easier. It can also be very distractive if you don't know how to leverage technology for your own benefit. So the way I did it was, first I did the search, right, to confirm my home. Even when I was on the train on my way to work, I actually have a 1.5 hour commute each way, which makes it a 3 hour commute daily. So I had a lot of time in my hands when I was on the train, and so I wanted to make a best use out of it because I knew that 3 hours were actually taken away from me, and by the time I got home, chances are I will have a lot less time to get things going from my end. So with technology, I learned how to find areas and where I can actually invest my money. And if you don't know how to do that, you can actually refer to this video right here at the top. So take a look at it and how I actually use different tools technology-wise to make things happen. Now, when I was on the go, this is what I used. This can save you a lot of time. So every time I got a contract, every time my realtor will reach out to me, of course, there's always the form of communications, email for everything. And then if some of the people are comfortable, you can even text them as well. It just makes the communication a lot faster. You don't have to get on a call. We live in a society where we're always on the go 24/7, and we don't always have the opportunity to be able to pick up the phone. If you could, that's great, but if don't, there's always email and texting. There are other tools called DocuSign. So DocuSign, it's an app that you can download on your phone. You create an account, and then every time there was a legal document that was coming my way, I would just sign it right away. Now, if you can't afford the membership for DocuSign, you can even use an app in your phone. So I don't know how that works for Androids, but I can tell you that in the iPhone, it all came down to something like this. So for the purposes of illustration, let's say this Home Depot receipt for some repairs that I was doing for one of my rentals, it's a contract. So all you gotta do, if you don't have DocuSign as a tool to be able to provide with your signatures and the day for any of your closing or any of the offers that you're making on real estate, you're gonna use this tool. You're gonna come in and go into your pictures, right? And then once you're gonna come in here and you're gonna go into your photos. And then once you're in, you're gonna hit the edit tab. And then you're gonna go in here where it says markup. And all you gotta do is just to provide your signature. So you're gonna come here and basically assume that there's a line here for you to do your signature. All you gotta do is just to use your finger and draw the line. And let's say all I needed to do in this case was to initial it. So I'm gonna put my name, Lucilia Chow, and then you hit done. And voila, that's how you edit the document with a signature. And if you want to take it a step further, let's say you want to stamp the date on it, same thing. You're going to come here where the three dots are at the bottom right. You're going to go ahead and hit markup. And you're going to zoom it in. Just use your fingers and zoom it in. And then you're just going to put today's date. So let's say I want to do, January 1st, 19. Done. And there you go. Here's a date stamp. So that was one tool that I leveraged. The second tool that I used was actually QuickBooks. Eventually, it got to be a lot to start managing. I needed to get copies of my receipts. I needed to start tracking my expenses. There's going to be an episode on taxes sometime in the future, so just hang on tight. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to talk about QuickBooks on a very high level. You can't just simply walk around with like a back of receipts. That's like the old school way of doing things. When you do that, you have tendencies of like losing your paperwork, maybe missing a receipt here and there. And it just became a lot more difficult to track that, especially with a portfolio of 24 rentals. So what I started to do, I simply went on QuickBooks and I asked, hey, I'm managing 24 properties. What deal can you give me? And in terms of membership, because I need one account for like each different rental that I have, because you need to keep track of the expenses separately. And basically they worked out a plan with me, and where they say, well, here's an application that you can download. And it's so simple to use. All you gotta do is every time you get a copy of a receipt, you're gonna pull your application, you snap a picture of it, you're gonna record the vendor, how much you pay, and the date. And you hit save, and that's all you needed to do. And then when it's time to file your taxes, all you're gonna do is just to pull a report and just give it to your accountant, and they're gonna go ahead and take care of your taxes right away, all from the comfort of your phone or even your computer, depending on which way you prefer to get things done. Technology has made it really, really, really great. Same thing with Google Maps. I've actually made a great reference of using Google Maps for a quick search. If somebody comes in, let's say your realtor picks up the phone and say, hey, I have this deal, are you interested in? And you want to just get an idea where it's located. So you go into Google Maps, you type in the address, and you start zooming in, and you can see the surroundings of the area. If you don't know how to do that, there's a link right here where you can actually take a look at the video, and that way you can actually manage everything on the go. So another great tool I love to use is a scanning tool. Not all of us have access to a printer. You have to have a printer and a scanner in your home, but let's say you're on the go, and not all of us can afford to have a printer at the comfort of our hand when we're like rushing from one place to another. So there's another app that's called Genius Scan right here, and I'm gonna show you a screen of how that application looks like on your phone. So here we are in my screen, and you can see DocuSign at the very top, and you can see Genius Scan. So with Genius Scan, you're gonna come in here, and basically it's a free tool. You don't have to pay for anything. You're gonna hit the plus sign, and let's say I wanna take a scan of like this book. This is gonna be my legal document. And you see how that automatically becomes a PDF. Very practical. You don't even have to like pay for a software like Adobe. Eventually, when you're doing this by the masses, you're gonna need to, but like if it's a copy of a one-off or like maybe 2 documents, an amendment or something that you need to sign really quick, and you need to send it over to your realtor or to your attorney. And if you wanna share this, all you gotta do is just to simply come in here and hit email, and voila, it just comes right into your email. You can start like typing who you want to send it to, and then you just hit send. So let's say in this case, I want to send it to myself. novariseinvest.com, and you hit send, and it's gone. Beautiful. So that's it on the technology side on that end. Now we're gonna go into Amazon. So I know a lot of people talk about Amazon this, Amazon that. I'm gonna remove all of that noise, and I'm gonna actually focus on what has Amazon done for me that has been very beneficial and helping me getting things done remotely from the comfort of my phone, not even my house, my phone, anywhere that I am. And while I continue to work on my full-time job and continue to expand my real estate. So first off, there's the Prime membership. So I think the Prime membership is the best thing that they could ever create, because I can get basically anything I need delivered to my door. So I can be out at 7 in the morning on my way to work, and then by the time I come back, I have all the boxes delivered at the comfort of my apartment. I can just simply come in and get the stuff that I need. Anything from paper towel, shampoo, soap, dishwashers, books, markers, chalk, like the way I use it, everything, I get everything from Amazon. And then with a Prime membership, you can get it delivered as fast as like 2 days, sometimes even overnight if the warehouse is actually nearby. I think it's a service that is really worth investing in, just because it's going to save time. Now you might think, oh, well, why would I want to do that if I can just simply walk over to the store and get stuff? Yes, you can do that, or you can just drive to the store, but think about it. By the time you get to your car, that's like a 5-10 minute walk. then you turn it on, then you drive to the store, assume that the store is about a 10-minute drive, then you have to go in, walk all over the aisle, and then try to select, okay, what I want to buy, what I want to do here, what do I need in the house, make that phone call, hey, what's missing in the house? That's going to take time. That's going to take away at least an hour of your busy schedule. With an hour, you can search for properties, you can do offers, you can actually talk to your realtors. There's many things, a lot of things in your queue that you're gonna need to take care of. And then this is simply one of those tasks that is not worthy to invest so much time in when you can actually do it a more efficient way. So when I'm on my commute, again, I have an hour and a half, it's so easy to just come up and pick it up. You don't have an hour and a half commute, or let's assume you drive for an hour and a half. How about your lunch break? When you take your lunch break, you pick up your phone, you do the app, and you go through all the things that you actually need and just get things done. Some of you do coffee breaks. When you do a coffee break, you know, when you walk into the store and you're waiting for your coffee, go into Amazon and select the items that are needed in your house, in your household, and then you just simply click the buy button, add the basket, and then just check it out. So that's one. The second is Amazon Fresh. Same thing. It takes time for you to grocery store, especially with the long lines. I'm pretty sure most of us have only time to go to the supermarket either after work, when it's late in the day, when everyone is trying to get their groceries done at the same time, or in the weekends, also when everyone is trying to get things done at the same time. So going to the grocery store, some of you might say, oh, but I find it relaxing. You know, I get to pick and choose what I want. It distracts me for a little bit from things that I needed to do. But what about when you get to that waiting line, with that checkout line? Same story. You're going to have to wait at least about a half hour for everyone to check out their grocery shopping, so you can actually just do it from the comfort of your home, from your car, from the train. It's just, to me, it's just simply a no-brainer. You go online, hit Amazon Fresh, just simply select the groceries that you need on the week. You pay $14.95 for a month to get all of the groceries delivered for you. You can either choose to just have it drop in your door, or you can actually choose to have them deliver it at a certain time while you're at home, so you can actually receive the products. It's actually very well taken care of, so you don't have to worry about things getting rotten at the door. So if you live in a state where the weather tends to be warm, they make sure they insulate everything, and they put ice and all of the layers that are necessary so that the groceries are actually fresh by the time it's delivered to your house. And you don't even have to worry about when is it going to be delivered. They're going to give you a whole time window where you're going to get to choose how and when your groceries are going to be delivered. If you think you're going to get home close to 7 o'clock, then there's a window that goes from 5 to 7, I think. And then if you think you're going to get home past 9, then there's another window that goes from 7 to 9 p.m. To me, again, it's a no-brainer. It's very easy. It saves time. Everything saves time. All I need to worry about is getting up, commuting on my way to work, getting things done during my commute, then get to my job, do the things that I need to do and need to deliver while I'm doing my job. And then by the time I leave my office, then on my way back, I take care of all the other stuff that I can take care of during the day. That's whether signing documents or sending a text or responding to an email to my property managers, or just simply ordering groceries, ordering items that are missing from my home. Now, in order for you to have Fresh, you have to have Prime, I believe. I could be wrong, but last time I checked, you need to have that. The Prime membership, it's a yearly membership. I can't recall exactly how much is it, but when I'm editing the video, I can actually put the price up on the screen so you can actually take a look at it. Same thing with Fresh. I'm going to provide you with the links down below as well. Now moving on to the next Amazon tool, Audibles. Audibles are by far my most favorite tool that Amazon has ever come up with. And for Audible, you don't need to be a Prime member. It's basically a membership where you pay $14.95 a month. When you first signed up, you get 2 free books that you can actually get to listen or select from their collection of books. And you just listen to it, a 30-day trial. And then after that, you can either decide whether to stay or opt in or opt out. If you want to opt out, no problem. You just simply give it a try and you decided that you did not like it. But if you did like it, it's actually the best thing that you can leverage to quote unquote read a book. Now, I have to admit, I'm the kind of person who prefers a book. I like the smell of the books, flipping through the pages, making notes, doing call outs whenever I need, putting little post-its and parts of the books where I think I want to or need to refer back. But realistically speaking, given such a tight schedule, it's like nearly impossible to want it to get to that. But I still needed to learn all there was about real estate. I needed to expand my knowledge, and basically I had to figure out another way to do that, because when you're at work, you can't just pull a book about real estate and let me just start like reading all about it and not care whether I get fired or not. You can't afford to do that. I also needed to build time in for exercising. I don't want to sound shallow, but to me, exercising is actually very important, because one, it helps with my back pain, and two, it helps clear my mind. Sometimes we're so embedded in work, and you're like sitting down 24/7 in your cubicle, then coming back home, sitting down in front of your computer, trying to get things done, making deals happen. You just need that time for yourself, and I did it. But every time I went to the gym, even though exercising made me feel great, I was also feeling guilty, because I was thinking, well, this is about an hour and a half that I'm taking away from stuff that I could be doing and working on my deals, or like I could be talking with people on the phone and stuff like that while I'm like working out here. Guess what? I managed to do everything while I was still at the gym, and it was all thanks to Audible. So I downloaded any book that I needed to learn on real estate. I was able to actually learn how to listen to them at a much faster pace. You don't have to do that yourself, but eventually, if you want to get through as many books as you can actually increase the speed of the Audible, and you can actually listen to a lot more books than you think. So while I was working out, I put my headphones on and I listened to any possible book that was out there available on real estate. That's how I managed to learn. And during my breaks, what I did was I would check my phone to see if my property managers or my realtor, anyone has sent me a message. Even the lender, did I get an email from a lender telling me that there were things that they actually needed me to complete? And so I will do that within like my 30-second or like a minute. So I'll just go ahead and reply back to them. Then I'll just put my phone and continue to listen to my book. I think it's a great tool. You can't go wrong with it. That's not to say that it's going to replace reading an actual book. You can still do that when you're on a plane or when you're taking a vacation and you want to enjoy a good read. But in the meantime, if you're trying to be effective and efficient with your time, that's the best thing you can do. I think that's one of the best alternatives. And then bringing it down one step further, there's also the cooking part of it, right? So yes, you can have your groceries delivered at your door, so that saves you time from going to the supermarket and getting stuff done. But what if you actually don't have time to cook? So that was actually one of my things. I love cooking, but I realized that every time I got up and cooked, it would take at least 45 minutes away from my time. And funny enough, I actually found cooking very relaxing. But then when I realized that 45 minutes have gone and I still haven't gotten things done, that would actually create a lot more stress. So I had to figure out a way to built more time into my 24-hour day. And so what I did is I decided that during the weekend, I'll take care of some of the cookings, but during the week, I had to figure out another way to be more efficient. And that's when Freshly came in. So now, I have a saying, you are what you think, you are what you eat, and you are what you say about yourself. So if you don't take care of you, you cannot expand. You cannot help others. You cannot take care of your loved ones. So for me, exercising, that was a way to take care about myself. Eating healthy, it's also another way I take care about my health and myself, because if I get sick, guess what? I'm going to be knocked down in bed and I won't be able to do anything. So having a healthy diet was actually very important for me. By healthy, I don't mean I have to eat a lettuce every day and like carrot sticks and stuff like that. You could if that's your favorite. I do that from time to time. But what I meant by eating healthy, I meant a well-rounded diet that's going to give you the energies, the antioxidants, and the fiber that you need throughout the day and throughout the week and throughout the month and throughout the year, so you can have energy and continue going. The fact that you eat doesn't necessarily mean you're getting the best nutrients out of every meal, because the ingredients have to be a good quality. You have to get a good balanced diet to have everything incorporated within your diet. Eating a slice of pizza, although that is delicious, is not going to give you all the energy that you need, versus when you eat a meal that contains salads, a good portion of protein, rice, water, fruits. And so I noticed that with Freshly, I was able to target all of that, everything that I was looking for, and have that meal delivered. So the way they do it is that they charge you $60 a week, and they'll deliver you exactly 6 meals, one for every day, Monday through Friday. And what I did, I will take those to lunch. So where I work, a lunch on average costs about $15. So to me, this was a no-brainer. $60 for 6 meals. I was paying $10 a meal. They were all under a certain number of calories. So if anything, I actually lost some weight without feeling hungry. The meals that they actually serve are very fulfilling. They've helped me feel extremely energetic. I was able to get things done even at a much higher quality because I was focused. I was getting all of the nutrients that I needed. And losing weight and gaining energy, to me, that's, again, it's a no-brainer. So check this out. They're actually great. They have a good, decent menu. I think about 20 options, if I'm not mistaken, and some of them, they have vegan choices and vegetarian choices for those that are vegetarian, and it's packed nicely in a nice box. It's delivered every Monday to your doorsteps, and it's insulated. You don't have to worry about the food going bad. If you can't make it home on time, you can still come home at the end of the day, and the box of meals will still be right there. If you work from home, fine. You just simply put it in your microwave and you just heat it up. It just saves you time, and it's not one of those bad frozen meals that are full of chemicals to prevent that from going bad. It's fresh meal delivered every week to your doorsteps, and it's delicious. So check it out. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you find the information I share with you very valuable. If you think or know someone who might find this information beneficial or useful, feel free to forward the video to them. If you really like this content, feel free to subscribe, give me a like button below. And until then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.